Hello, my virtual class. Today we make use of a strap or a scarf or a belt, whatever you have at home, making do with what we have. And that's the story of our life these days, right? To do the best with what's given us, the situation that we're in. And our situation is also venturing out with our masks on our new reality. But we uncover ourselves when we come to yoga. We are here in all our vulnerability and we take pleasure, we take pride in our abilities, but we're also cognizant of our limitations. And just as all this time that you're spending within your home with your family and your loved ones, they accept you unequivocally. So thought is also that we accept ourselves. And there's no right or wrong in how we're accommodating within this time. So, doing the best we can again with what we're given. We begin seated either hero position or cross legged, wherever you're comfortable, with support, hands onto your thighs or to your side, thinking of our core. And the class today is our yoga practice with the emphasis on our middle. In our middle, what sustains us, what holds us up, compresses our organs, and allows us for better posture and more mobility. So if we strengthen the middle, the limbs will be a bit freer. So with that thought of where we're concentrating on, I think as you sit that you're going to squeeze glutes together, tilt your pelvis forward. So the analogy is that you're tucking a tail under or bringing your lower abs into your lower back a bit more, vice versa. And with that integration, we've got our TVA active, transverse abdominis that run horizontally, and rectus abdominis up and down muscles there. And part of our core also our back. So thinking that you're up against a surface, hands relaxed, eyes closed, and tuning into our breathing. And the breath here, in and out. Taking a deep breath, full and completely through your nose. Hold it, sigh out your mouth. Eyes open. Grasp onto the belt, your scarf, whatever you've got. Thought of now expanding it, resisting pulling it apart, reaching up, overhead, take a breath, and over to the left. Inhale, come center, and over to the right. Inhale, center. I'm going to take it over to the left, swirl forward, bring it down, come up and around to the right, behind you as best you can, up and around, churning here for the count of 3, say in one direction, and go in the opposite direction. Breath here. Beautiful. Now release. Bring it behind you. Again, that squeezing apart. Hug your shoulder blades together. Reach behind you. Taking a breath here. Chest jutted more forward. Face up to the sky. Rotate to the left, rotate to the right. Once more, left and right. Pull behind you, take a breath, and chest headed toward your thighs. Arms up to sky. Draw back. Release. Bring your hand behind you on the left. Right arm reaches up to sky. Lift and lengthen. Option is moving those knees forward. Bring that navel in toward lower back. Back bend as comfortably as you can. Front body stretched, backside contracted. Swirl to the left and bring it center. Other side, hand behind you, left arm reaching up. Long reach, maybe you pause here. Option is belly juts forward, pelvis forward, hug shoulder blades, reach behind you. Breathe. Bring it around. Come to center. Nice job. Walking back into hands and knees. Knees under hips, palms a little bit in front of your shoulders. Taking a breath here. We're going to draw that navel in toward lower back. Curl your toes into the mat. Lift your knees an inch. Bear hold. Rest your knees. Take your stretch back into child's position. Draw up, those arms stretched overhead. Lean forward to the top of your mat, shoulders drawn back. Swoop to look at your right foot. Jut forward, swoop to look at your left. Come center. You rest into child's position. Arms tug, draw you up. Draw your heels in towards your butt and shift side side. Rest, feet onto the mat, stretch it back into child's. Breath in, draw yourself up, chest headed to the top of your mat, arms stay tight to your rib cage, lower down, baby Bhujangasana, with those shoulders drawn back. Feet now extend and glued to the floor. Draw back, lift your chest, your heart. And relax. Choice is grasp onto your belt. Again, pulling, resisting away. Shoulders back. Lift chest and heart. And breathe. Now feet are anchored to think that they're drawing you further back. Option, shifting that right shoulder to top left corner. Left shoulder to top right corner. Draw outward, forward, side, side, slowly. Lengthen back, take a breath. Relax, head turned to the left. Gaze downward. Now heels curled in toward your glutes. Hands again, resisting against and reaching behind you, and breathe. Curl those heels in. Think that your knees are hugging closer together. Working inner thighs as well as outer thighs, glutes and hamstrings tight. Lengthen the arms. And relax. Head turned opposite. Inhale, bringing your palms to your heart, shoulders drawn back, Chest juts forward in reverse of how we got down there. Take your rest, child's position. Inhale up onto all fours, knees under hips, shoulders draw back, engage that core, curl your toes, lift your knees an inch in your bear crawl, bear hold. Rest your knees. Drop left leg forward, bringing yourself onto a lunge. Now in this, our intent is to stretch the psoas. Psoas is seated from mid-back, runs under the pelvic floor, attaches the leg. Part of our core, and we find ourselves sitting so much in this quarantine that it's important to stretch. When we sit, it's shortened, pulling us forward. We want to open and contract. If you choose, belt again in hand, reaching right arm forward, left arm up. Lift it up and take it over. Inhale, center. Come forward, still pulling on that belt. Back bend as comfortably as you can. Chest juts forward. Take a breath. Lengthen front leg, chest and heart headed forward. Draw, navel drawn in, and breathe. Option hold here. Option is belt on the bottom of the foot. Draw your shoulders back. Intensify that hamstring stretch as you breathe. Release. Come to that lunge. Resist against the belt, the band. Chest juts forward. Back bend as comfortably as you can and breathe. Rotate and over in reverse. Now come to center, back to your hamstring stretch. Lengthen, breathe. Perhaps you pause there. Option, draw on, bottom of the foot, breathe here. Release that, hands to floor, bring knee to knee. Palms again planted in front of the shoulders, shoulders drawn back. Curl your toes into the mat. Your bear hold, take a breath. Now we lift into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Think that your underarms hugging toward each other, shoulders away from the ears, tail tucked under, navel drawn in, and breathe. Come to plank pose, shoulder over palm. Bend the knees into your bear hold. Lift into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the thighs back. 2 more. Plank pose, shoulder over palm. Lower the knees, couple inches from the floor. Press back, down dog. Shift forward, shoulder over palm. Lower the knees and hold. Jut back into your down dog. Walk your dog, one knee bent, other heel pressed to the mat. Twist it a little bit more, side, side. Rest your knees, rest into child's. Arms extended overhead, draw 4, chest and heart headed forward. Half chaturanga, arms tight to rib cage, lower down. To our Bhujangasana, and breathe. And relax. Palms stacked, forehead resting onto your hands. Shalabhasana, locust grasshopper position. Resistance on that belt. Shoulders, back wall. Lifting and breathe, shoulder blades hugging together, now squeezing inner thighs toward each other. That adduction, lift thighs up off the mat. Breathe and elongate. bit higher, longer. And relax. Head turn to the left. Gaze downward. Bring the heels in. Relax your grip onto the band. Arms reach overhead. Build your Shalabhasana. Bicep ears, shoulders draw back, thighs up off the mat. Exhale, draw heels in and reach. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, draw back. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Thighs up off the mat. Reach back and relax. Head turned, ear to the mat. Palms at your heart. Shoulders drawn back, chest headed forward. Swoop up onto all fours again. Shoulders drawn back. Tail tucked under, navel drawn in, curl your toes. Knees up an inch. Build your down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Option, toes right, toes left. Toes right, toes left. Come center, rest your knees. Take your rest into child's. Next breath, right leg comes forward. Finding your alignment, it's knee over ankle, but this back knee, not directly under the hip, but pressed forward so you feel the stretch through the thigh, through the psoas muscle. Grasp onto your belt. Arms up to sky, resist against. Pull back, chest headed forward, thigh headed forward, and breathe. Rotate. Back bend as comfortably as you can, or in reverse. Inhale, lift it up, come center, our hamstring stretch. Lengthen that front leg, reach the chest toward the toes. Maybe holding here, choices on the foot. Shoulders drawn back, pull, press out your heel, feel sensation back of the leg. Release, reach and scoop up. Exhale to your back bend. Rotate. Reverse possibly. Inhale, center. Resistance on the band all the while. To your hamstring stretch. Navel drawn in. Lengthen. Part of our core is our back. So really toning back muscles. You want to shorten them. Shoulders drawn back. Because of all this isolation, we've been sitting a lot on our electronics a lot. So as a result, back muscles pretty much overstretched, our glutes and hamstrings, and our front body too tight from the chest at the psoas, at the hips. Breathe. Release that. Palms to floor, knee to knee. Palms a little bit in front of the shoulders. Shoulders drawn back. Take a breath here. Curl toes, lift knees, hold your bear, hold into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now choice is left leg extends, 3-leg split dog. Shift forward to plank pose, bring that knee to right wrist or right elbow. Draw it back, down dog, split dog. Shift forward plank. Now knee goes to left elbow. Press it back, three-legged. One more plank. Bring the knee into center, nose, knee. Rest that knee to the floor, mid-mat. Stretch back. Left leg long. Now we adjust here that you're not seated over onto that right hip, but feel the stretch through again that psoas on the left, the quad. Reach out and breathe. Choice here, curl that heel in. Option, maybe you stay there. Option, maybe grasping that foot with the resistance of the belt. Draw in again. Lift chest and heart. Curl that heel in and breathe. Option, arm reaching up. And focus forward. Release. Come on to your same side, your whatever this knee is forward, come on to your side. Long length. In our side Vasisthasana, legs extended long. Think that you're up against the edge of the mat, up against a surface. Shoulder away from the ear, underside of that rib cage lifted. Using your legs, squeeze your inner thighs, tail tucked in. Palm down and reach. Option, arm up to sky and exhale under the rib cage and reach it. Exhale under. A lift. Two more, please. Hold. Rest your hips. Nice. Bring knees in for a moment. Now top knee goes out to the side. Come on your belly. Align that knee with your ankle, foot flexed like a frog. Opposite leg reaches wide of the mat. And your torso either flat or walking over to the long leg side. Center. Take your rest into child's. Head comes up. Virasana. Take a pause. Not sure if you noticed my sign. And the world came together while the people stayed apart. Kudos or shout out to my friend Clausen Maker's Market. If you want a similar sign or smaller ones, they're available. Now we come up, palms a little bit in front of the shoulders, tail tucked under, navel drawn in. Your bear hold, please. Into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And option, right leg extends, or your left leg. I cued it right last time. Mirror image here facing you, so long length. Option, plank pose. Bring that knee to elbow. Lengthen, stretch it out. Shift to plank. Bring that knee across your body, Opposite elbow, long extension. Plank pose, knee to nose, long extension, reach. Bring that knee under mid-mat, stretch right leg back. Arms reach out long, adjust yourself that you're not just on that hip, but open onto the right hip as well, stretching that psoas, and breathe. And your choice here is your hands walk up, heel in. Maybe that's where you're at. Option, grasp with the band onto the foot. Not to wait for me. You know the cue. Bringing that leg in, heel in. Coming up. Option, arm reaches. Release it. Palms down, knee to knee. Take your rest into child's. Coming forward here, onto your forearms, elbows under shoulders. Bringing now your hands in a fist, crown of the head onto the floor. You're going to lift into dolphin position. Walk your feet in and lift. Now use of the core here. Shoulders away from the ears. Your navel drawn in, that your energy is lifting upward, not sinking downward. Breathe. Crown of the head, not your forehead. Maybe you walk your heels in a little closer, so your thought is that your upper back, up as close to knee as you can. Another breath. Rest your knees and take your rest into child's. Once more onto those forearms. Elbows under shoulders, stretch back. This time low plank here and breathe. Option, as you tuck your tail under, press out your legs, squeeze inner thighs together, maybe side side, toes right, toes left. Rest your belly. Sphinx position, tops of the feet onto the mat. We're going to draw shoulders back, chest jutted forward. Feel that tug and breathe. Maybe we look. Right foot, chest forward, left side. Come center. Palms relaxed, forehead resting onto your hands. Now taking knee out to the side, knee aligned with your hip, foot flexed. Other leg walks wide of the mat. And you walk your torso over to that extended leg. Breathe here. Now this is all of our body weight facilitating this stretch. No need to do anything. Kind of like our situation where intending to do nothing to make a difference, to improve the situation. Allowance, allowing things to work out. Cultivating a lot of patience, a lot of strength. Come center. Palms at your heart, shoulders drawn back, chest jutted forward. Lift up, and you rest into child's position. Grasp onto your belt. Coming up onto knees. Resistance against the belt once more. And reaching up. Take your belly forward, your chest, your heart forward. Back bend as comfortably as you can. Front body stretch, backside contraction. Now keeping the pelvis tilted forward, not jutted out, no bend here in your waist, but tighten your glutes. Think that your tailbone pointed down to the floor, thighs forward, lean back. Come up. Now if this is too intense with arms overhead, take it forward. You're still getting that resistance, different set of muscle here, different muscle group. Reach back. Stretching through our quads, our psoas, tightening through hamstrings and glutes. Come up. One more. Lean it back. Thrust your pelvis forward. Breathe. Come center. Release it. Child's position. This time we're going to jut our hips over to the right and walk your hands over to the left. Come center. Seated back onto your heels. Reach with that belt again. Draw forward and up that you're squeezing in your thighs, zipping from pelvic floor rib cage. Coming up here once more, and you know your choice. Either in front of you, drop the shoulders or arms overhead, tail tucked under, lean it back. Come up. Two more, please. Hug your shoulder blades together, lean back. Come center. One more time. Take your rest, child's. This time hips over to left, arms walk to right. Come to center. Palms in front of the shoulders, knees under hips, curl toes, your bear hold. Your down dog, please. Two breaths here. We're going to walk feet to hands. Coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Knees bent, torso hangs. Grasp onto your arms. Let your elbows float downward, relax your head, and maybe we shift side side. Come rolling up slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Let your arms dangle, weight of the upper body. Challenging all those back muscles, low back quadratus lumborum, mid back erector spinae, All along the spine, we have multifidi to draw you up. Part of our core muscles there come standing. Now, if you have a block and you don't really need it now, I want to demonstrate a nice stretch for you on your stairwell. So pretending this is a stair, what you would do is step onto the block. You're on your stairwell, and let that opposite leg dangle. Working core stability here by the instability of that standing surface. So muscles here, strong. And then maybe you let that leg dangle, move it a few seconds. Again, to elongate, to stretch that psoas, weight of the entire leg. Do it a few seconds and then step down and see if you feel a difference. Pretty remarkable. So your other side would be on the step. And we all have those at home, right? And let dangle. Maybe remove it. You could hold on to the railing if you need. Step off, and then you feel the difference. Taking a breath here, arms up to sky with a reach. Exhale to your forward fold. Now palms to floor, and if you have that block, help here always. These blocks aren't a hindrance, they're also an enhancement to aid you into a fuller expression of any pose. So in our standing splits here, left leg extends way back. Now choice is, as you mount down on the big toe of that foot, maybe hands come up off the floor, maybe hands to heart. Using navel drawn in, using glute and hamstring, press out that heel. Now bend that back knee, draw it in toward your other knee, like a bird, pelican maybe. And then hands either up off the floor or one hand down there, hold. Step that leg behind. Straighten both legs as best you can. Press the hips back. Come to center, into your forward fold, soft knees. Other side, lengthening, leg extended, and breathe. Using middle, hug shoulder blades. Maybe one hand lifts, maybe both hands lift. Bend that back knee, hug it behind your back thigh. Palms up off the floor to heart, and breathe. Palms to floor, foot to foot, into your forward fold. Relax there. Walk out, plank pose, shoulder over palm and hold it. Rest your knees and take your rest into child. Coming up, moving around, coming to a seated position, legs extended. Grasping, maybe, again, your strap. Not necessary. You can still do this without. Navel drawn in, reaching out. Roll down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Think of squeezing inner thighs, pressing out your feet. Come to where shoulder blades almost touch, collapsed Navasana. And maybe we bring it to Parapurna Navasana. Collapse it. Parapurna. Stretch out, chest headed over thighs. Once more, rolling down, navel drawn in, hug shoulder blades where our shoulder blades almost touch the floor. This time, reach to left, center, reach to right, center, to left, center, to right, center, draw up, breathe, exhale, chest over thighs. Now in our Paschimottanasana, toes curled in, grasping onto the bottoms of your feet, with your belt, with your strap. Shoulders drawn back, chest and heart headed forward. Release. We're going to slide left leg up. Bringing your left arm up, take it to the inside of that leg. Now you're resisting leg against arm, right hand behind you. Flex this right foot. Think that you're pressing that heel further away. Lift up and rotate. Now your rotation is taking that lower belly on the left side around to the right. Breathe. Come center. Walk right foot in. I'm going to take a left ankle onto your right foot. Now this is where you assess your sensation. Heel into your butt or hands walk in a little further. Flex your foot. Sensation here as you breathe. Ideally feeling it, piriformis muscle, little guy that runs from lower back, attaches the leg. IT band, iliotibial band, from the hip to the outer knee. Breathe and hold. Release. Shoulders drawn back, chest and heart lifted. Sliding in. Your left leg, your right leg, whichever you did not do. Hand resisting against inner thigh. Turn those fingers away. On that opposite side, you're going to resist knee against arm. Flex your foot, lift up and around, and breathe. Bring left foot in, knee atop it, walking that heel in, closer to your butt, or your butt closer to your heel. Feel sensation, flex that foot. Breathe here. Our hips needing strength, stability, also openness, stretching. Fine line of balance. Last one, resist there, release there, stretch out your legs. Grasp again onto that band or belt. Roll down vertebra by vertebra. Arms overhead. Now bringing your knees in, knees over hips. Reach your arms to your legs. Draw knees in, arms overhead, legs out. Draw in, knees over hips. Press out, halfway between the floor and the ceiling. Exhale in, inhale, lengthen, in, and lengthen. One more. Rest your knees, rest your body. Open the legs in Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet touch, knees relax. Grasping tightly on that belt again. Find that position in your hollow lift, hollow rock. Back, forth, back, forth. Bicep ears. Last, relax, knees open. Taking your strap on the bottom of your right foot. Hamstring stretch here, walk up. Draw it in, shoulders drop back. Press out your heel, toes curled in. Breathe. Into our Supta Padangusthasana. Taking that leg out to the side, up to the shoulder, to the floor. Extend left leg long. Left arm out to side and turn your head to the left. Now come center, keeping the feet on the left side flexed, toes up to sky. Arm out to side, and then keeping hips planted. The intent is not to get that leg all the way to the floor. The intent is to feel the stretch through our iliotibial band. So with those feet, toes up to sky, on the left, you can take this right leg across, right arm out to side. To center. Other. Around your left foot. Shoulders drop, heel to ceiling, toes to face. Long stretch, no bend in the knees, so go where you can. Extend opposite leg up off the floor. Breathe. Relax lower leg, top leg out to the side, towards your shoulder. Left arm out, head turned to left. And you have control here. You know how much resistance to allow to breathe. Let that weight, legs sink into the floor. Breathe into the tightness. Come center. Now flexed foot, toes up to sky. And cross the body. Arm out to side, opposite, and look. Keeping Toes up. So we're squeezing inner thighs together. Purpose is again to feel the sensation outer thigh, IT band. Come center. Bring the knees in to chest and massage side side. Extend left leg. Now we're going to take the band around the bottom of the right foot, drawn in. So we're pressing leg against thigh, knee in, drawn in, extend opposite leg, opposite arm. Chest and heart lift. Breathe. Lower leg lifts and lower. Maybe hand reaching and down, in and down. Pulling that foot in, resisting arm against thigh. Relax it. Now, grasping onto the band with your opposite, still that leg extended, so it's going to be this right elbow toward left thigh, arm out. Resist, shoulder blade up off the floor, and breathe. Working through our obliques. So drawing this elbow toward thigh, lengthen, breathe. And relax. Other side. So same foot, same arm, elbow tight against the thigh, opposite leg extended, arm overhead. Chest and heart lifts, press against, pull in. Option, reaching up and lower. Maybe elbow, knee, maybe head relaxed. Whatever given you. Shortening that space through the left side, lengthening through the right. Relax. Now opposite hand to thigh. We're going to try to draw that elbow close to the thigh as possible. Resisting, leg extended, arm out. Shoulder blade up to floor and breathe. So you're lifting that shoulder toward opposite knee. Breathe. Isometric contraction, no movement. Big muscular work. Breathe. We can do it. And relax. Undo your band. Draw legs in. Now we're going to draw chest up toward the knees. Move those knees out together and around towards you, side and away, opposite direction. Arms out to side, palms down, rest your feet. Now take your knees over to the left, your head to the right. Shoulders, palms stay down. Inhale, center, knees go opposite direction of the head, shoulders, palms stay down, breathe here. Come center. Now we're in our Setu Bandha Shavasana, ridge position. Heels come in, chest and heart lifts. Your thought here is that you have the strength of your feet pushing into the mat. Chest and heart lifted, energy through the feet, move the knees more forward. Breathe. And we bring knee in a march. Knee in and floor. In, down. Last one. Slowly lower. Stretch out your legs. Lengthen within the mat. Arms go overhead. Long stretch here. Reach side, side. Arms up to ceiling. Give yourself a hug. Nice stretch. But also a acknowledgement of how well you did. Open up. Opposite. Hug yourself. Good job. Not only for completing class, but getting through these times. Open up. Now arms are out to the side. Palms up. Legs relaxed. Snuggle your shoulder blades under. Make a fist with your hands. Curl your toes inward. Spread your fingers. Point your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Rotate your wrists. Rotate your ankles. Swallow. Relax your throat. Close your eyes. Relax your limbs. And we take our rest in Shavasana, corpse pose. Feel that your body is heavy and melting into the floor. Now our breath technique, our pranayama, breath control, is called 4-7-8 breath. Ask you to breathe in for the count of 4. Hold your breath, pause for the count of 7. And then exhale, count of 8. 4 inhales, 4 count inhale. Holding your breath, count of 7. Exhaling, count of 8. The wisdom of this breath is to encourage more of our parasympathetic nervous system attached to the exhale, so we elongate it. The pause, the holding our breath, is to reset, recalibrate. The inhale is connected to our sympathetic nervous system, what we need for excitement or more of an increase of adrenaline and cortisol to accomplish something under stress. equating this breath to where we are now in our life. We're in that pause, we're in that 7 of holding, of transitioning, of recalibrating. We left our sympathetic state, our life was hectic. We're in this pause, and our opportunity to create our life in the future with what we know to be important. Is all that activity necessary? Can we reserve, can we hold on to some of this rest, restoration, nurturing our family life and our response, our people around us, our relatives, our friends, our family? Finish your cycle. Bend your knees, roll to a side, eyes open, top hand onto the floor to prop you up, to come seated in Sukhasana, easy pose, comfort pose. And we bring our hands together. We honor ourselves, our authentic self, no mask, that we express to the world what we are. Those people who are worth our time, our love, accept us for what we are. We point our fingers outward to acknowledge each other and our need for people, a need for being a social being. And we close class with a gesture, namaste, our word that acknowledges the light within you, within me, and we show respect of it with a bow. Namaste.